The funeral has taken place of 6-year-old Alicia McPhail, who was killed on the Isle of Bute earlier this month. At the service in Coatbridge, she was described as a bright and bubbly little girl with a big, beautiful smile. A 16-year-old boy has been charged with Alicia's rape and murder. Joanne Macaulay reports.
Hundreds of mourners gathered for the service, many of them dressed in pink as the family had requested, because that was Alicia's favourite colour. She had just finished Primary 2 at Chapelside Primary School in Airdrie, where she is fondly remembered.
As you've probably gathered by now, Alicia had real character. Her name actually means someone who is noble, and to be noble means you are decent, honest, held in high regard, brave and generous. Alicia had all of these qualities and brought them with her every day.
Alicia was on holiday on the Isle of Bute when she was found dead in woodlands near her grandparents' home where she'd been staying. The family wanted today to be about remembering her life.
Alicia always brightened up my day, always brightened up any family's day. Anyone that was ever sad, she'd always be there comforting them. Alicia is everything that I wanted to be. She was kind, caring, she's smart. I tell you, that girl would have went really far.
Alicia's father and uncles carried her tiny pink coffin onto a horse-drawn hearse. A painful final journey for her parents, relatives and friends. Mourners formed a guard of honour along the street as the cortege made its way to the cemetery, the last resting place for a little girl whose life was cut short so suddenly. Joanne Macaulay reporting Scotland, Coatbridge.
The painting of the new Queensferry crossing will not be completed until the end of 2019, more than 2 years after its official opening. Transport officials confirmed that work on the underside of the road deck will last until December next year. However, the painting is not expected to have any impact on traffic flow. ScotRail has announced that the first of a new batch of electric trains will start running between Glasgow and Edinburgh next Tuesday. The new trains were expected to enter service in March, but drivers raised concerns about the windscreen design. A new, flatter design of windscreen has now been fitted. At Golf's Open Championship at Carnoustie, the American duo Kevin Kisner and Jordan Spieth lead by a shot on 8 under, and they're still out there on the course. Meanwhile, Scottish amateur Sam Lock was among the early starters today and finished 2 over. Jane Lewis rounds up on the action.
On the tee, from Scotland, Sam Lock.
Cheers all round for Sam Lock and little wonder. The only Scot to make the cut at the Open, and as the only amateur left in the field, the silver medal will be his. There was nothing amateur about his third round. 6 birdies, including 3 in his opening 5 holes. But the bogeys came too, 5 in all, as he finished 2 over.
Although I've made the cut and got the silver medal, I didn't want that to just, I want to try and get as far up that leaderboard as I can.
Saturday at the Open, and while some were in party mood, others were in determined mood. Tiger showed the kind of precision that's won him this championship 3 times. He's in the clubhouse on 5 under. And defending champion Jordan Spieth, still out there, is making the putts. Among the big movers on round 3, Italy's Francesco Molinari, 6 under for the day and the tournament, and leading in the clubhouse. But the overnight leaders Kevin Kisner and Zach Johnson are also looking good, and still only midway through their 3rd round. Jane Lewis reporting Scotland.
And in football, the group stages of the Scottish League Cup continued. Hearts' Michael Smith scored at Raith Rovers in a game which the Edinburgh side won on penalties. Elsewhere, Kenny Miller scored his first goal as Livingston player-manager, and it proved to be the winner against Annan. Let's get the weather now with Judith. Good evening.
Good evening, and a very good evening to you as well. The weather is very quiet at the moment. It's been fairly cloudy, but we did see some sunshine. This picture sent in from Gifford in the East Lothian, a beautiful part of the world. Into this evening, we will still see some brighter sunny spells across the east, but generally cloudier elsewhere. Some outbreaks of rain for the west coast, quite misty and murky here, and that rain crossing the north of the country and towards Orkney and eventually Shetland. So cloudy with some patchy rain in the west overnight, dry with some clear spells in the east. east, and quite a humid feel to the night, around about 13 to 14 Celsius generally. So tomorrow starts off cloudy with that rain affecting parts of western Scotland. Maybe a few spots pushing in across the northeast, but they'll clear. The best of the sunshine tomorrow again will be across eastern Scotland. Cloudier with some patchy rain for Northern Ireland, for northwest England, northern parts of Wales. Elsewhere it's dry, some sunshine, and those temperatures climbing again. We're likely to see 29, 30 south of the border, widely up into the mid-20s. And here in Scotland, it looks like we should see around 25 for parts of eastern Scotland as well. And around about 20 further north, even under the cloud, still some patchy rain for the northwest corner, and a drier day tomorrow with some brightness for the Northern Isles. As far as the rest of the evenings, afternoon evenings concerned, still some patchy rain for the northwest, dry elsewhere. And then on Monday we have this weather front crossing the country, bringing some outbreaks of rain, but then it becomes brighter across northern Scotland as we head through the day, including the Northern Isles, and brightening up elsewhere eventually as well. And that's your forecast. Laura.
Judith, thank you so much. And that's all from us for now. Gordon Brewer will be back with Politics Scotland from 11:30 tomorrow morning. And there's more news, sport and weather from Judith and I around 7 o'clock. Until then, from all of us here, have a great Saturday evening. Bye-bye for now.